Hello, Markee Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode about the rise and fall of an entrepreneur, and the rise again, the fall again, rise again. Hopefully it ends on the rise. So, I'm out here today again in Montana, and sporting some stuff. I'm out at Roberts Ridge Ranch, and it's not something the public can go to or whatnot. It's a privately owned ranch out here in the mountains in Montana, and I'm out here. I found this cannon out in the yard. Took a look at it. It looks real. So I'm hoping I can get him to fire it off. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, I just figured, wouldn't that be fun? I would love to fire off something like that, but neighbors may not like it, although the neighbors are miles away. We're out here in the middle of nowhere. It's really great. What a great vacation spot. So I got a question here, and this is about my first MMO, and a couple of things here. So as many of you know, I have done okay in the video game industry with my entrepreneurship. And it all started, at least in the video game portion, from the game Ultima Online. And, so that's kind of where I got my start. And it was the first major MMO, and it was a real eye-opener, and I knew it was something special when I saw it. And I consider myself to be quite fortunate that I have been able to develop a career around this type of video games. So I have here from Rytio. He says, your first MMO, how did you decide on what name you're going to use? And that is something that that I think a lot of people struggle with at the beginning. I watched it just the other day when one of my nephews was getting a Minecraft account. He had never played an online game before, and asked him for his handle, and he's 11 or so, and he didn't know what to name himself. He struggled with that, and I think a lot of people struggle with that. It's like, well, this is my name, but that's not what my name should be online. So let me read the rest of this. My question is, how can I come up with a good screen name, game name, that looks cool and can have some uniqueness to it? And I really don't see any good name generators out there. So do you have any tips on how you can go about doing this? That would be a nice way to maybe come up with how I came up with Markee Dragon. And so he says, thanks for responding. Okay, so that is something that I actually did struggle with when I started Ultima Online, because I was forced to actually come up with the name. I had played the previous Ultimas, and several of them. I didn't start out at Ultima 1, I started out at like Ultima 4, and the in those it was pretty easy. It was a single player game. It was just me playing. I'm not interacting with anyone else, and so I named myself Marcus. Go figure, because it's my real name, And so then with Ultima Online, I think I probably tried to name myself Marcus, but somebody already had the name, which, go figure. We run into this all the time now online, that if you have a game name that is not so unique, that you end up with conflicts all over the place. So my youngest brother, he was, let's see, how old was I when Ultima Online came out? I was 27. And my youngest brother had always teased me, trying to feminize my name. So my name is Marcus, and he would call me Markee. Trying to make my name sound more feminine, to try and kind of, give me a little bit of an insult type of thing. And so, anyway, I'm like, okay, I don't have any better name, and, it is whatever it is, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna name myself Markee. So I did. And then I had the question of, how do I spell it? Well, I didn't want to name it like the Markee, like a sign type thing. I wanted to make it something a little bit more unique. And I didn't know anything about the fact that other people, that I was going to be in competition with other people to use my name. And so I did it Markee, and I just kind of spelled it phonetically. So that seemed to work out. That worked out pretty good, and I used that. So now Markee, there are a lot of people that go by that name around the world. So I have found out, and so my well, I won't even go into that. But the dragon portion came later. Because a couple years after playing Ultima Online, I decided to join the Ultima Dragons internet chapter, udic.org. And they are a group of people who are fans of Ultima. And I think I don't know how many strong now, 5,000 strong or something like that. And we do... you know, we don't really do events together or anything, but when you see anyone else with the last name of Dragon, you are pretty sure that they are a member, because that's how we do it. So we have our first, you know, our names that we've used, and then when you become a Dragon, when you get accepted to the group, you add Dragon to the end of your name. And so I've encountered a few people out there who have Dragon in the end of their name that are not Ultima Dragons, but for the most part, everybody is. So that's how I came up with my name. Now, you know, I would think that it would be something that you'd want to think about. You don't want to just go use a name generator. I mean, you can. You know, and I do other stuff like in other games like War Z or Infestation, which is what it's called now, that, you know, I have a bunch of characters, and they each have to be unique. And so, you know, I have like one guy that's a hick character, and I named him Chewy McSpitters. You know, and I have another guy that you know, when I play him as you know, a real asshole, and I named him Richard Stuck. And you know, just some other things. And you could, you know, come up with all kinds of things, but you need to make your name a little bit longer. The shorter it is, the more competition you're going to have with other people. The longer it is, the more likely that that you are going to be able to get that in each one of the games that you play in the future. And to me, it's kind of important, but it even happens. You know, I end up with conflicts with that. Anyway, hope that helps. I'm Markee Dragon. Take care.